the WNBA, the gift that keeps on giving. I tell y'all time and time again, I love Sophie Cunningham's podcast. She's always gonna give you nuggets. Targeting and injuring Caitlin Clark. She exposed it. We already know Kathy Engelbert has the brain cell of a peanut. We already know Kathy Engelbert has air floating between her ears, and she has been negligent toward these piss poor refs. And this is part of the reason why there's about to be a WNBA Requiem.
This was the spark that blew the roof off everything. Sophie Cunningham, the unshakable fire of the WNBA, just dragged the league into the spotlight like never before. Her words? Brutally honest, zero filter, and exactly what fans have whispered for months. She flat out confirmed what everyone feared. The WNBA's own system let players go after Caitlin Clark without consequence. Then came the twist. When Caitlin made her bold leap into golf, taking Sophie and Lexi Hull along for the ride, the league panicked. They tried to shut it down, but Sophie? She erupted. So before we get into the storm, hit that comment section if you stand with Caitlin, Sophie, and Lexi, because trust me, the league knows the fans are watching.
Upside the head with a sledgehammer. You can slap somebody upside the head with the steel chair. You can slam someone through a table like it's a WWE tables, ladders, and chairs match. Shout out to the Dudley boys. You can do all of these things in the WNBA rulebook, and it's not considered a foul. Kathy Engelbert has not taken the time to update.
It all kicked off when Caitlin Clark got that golden call, the kind every athlete dreams about. The LPGA wanted her in a star-studded Pro-Am event beside legends Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam. For the golf world, it was a celebration. For the WNBA, a full-blown crisis. This wasn't just another game. It was a billion-dollar crossover moment that screamed bigger than basketball. But not everyone was cheering. When the league discovered Caitlin planned to bring her closest allies, Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull, chaos hit the control room. That's when, insiders say, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert made a personal call to Sophie. Her tone, ice cold. You're still under WNBA obligations. You can't go with Caitlin. Sophie went silent for a beat, and then everything she'd swallowed all season came bursting out.
The LPGA did literally everything correct. They capitalized on the moment. They found a way to put it on television. They allowed people to be there. Caitlin was signing autographs. They put their best golfer in the tour, league, whatever it's called. They put her with Caitlin because they knew that she would get more eyeballs doing it. They propped up all of their golfers in one event. And you would be crazy to think that they're not going to have another event and invite Caitlin to it. They're going to invite Caitlin to as many events as they possibly can because they saw what it just did for the sport of golf. And
You never protected us when it counted. Sophie Cunningham fired back at Kathy Engelbert. You let refs look away from the hits. You let players foul out Caitlin for clicks. You let us bleed for ratings. And now you're blocking us from earning respect? Her words sliced through the silence like a siren. For years, whispers of favoritism and politics floated around the league, but no one ever dared say it out loud. Sophie just did. You can't cage us anymore, she continued. We gave our bodies to your league, and all we got were injuries, headlines, and silence. That one phone call became the crack that shattered Kathy's control. Hours later, Sophie dialed Caitlin, her tone calm but burning. I'm coming, she said. No one's stopping us. Caitlin laughed, knowing exactly what that meant. Lexi Hull joined the call. Let's make history. That same night, they booked flights to the LPGA event already dubbed the $1 billion swing. Golf media exploded. Fans couldn't believe it. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull side by side on the greens. Sponsors poured in, and for once, the story wasn't about WNBA drama. It was about pure earned respect. Inside league headquarters, chaos reigned. Emails flying, phones melting, PR in panic mode. Headlines blared. Top WNBA stars ditch league for golf glory. Kathy's advisors begged her to stay quiet, but insiders say she was fuming and terrified. This wasn't just 3 players leaving. It was the league's credibility packing its bags. She called Sophie again. No answer. Texted Caitlin to silence. Then came the photo that broke the internet. Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, smiling beside Nellie Corda, swinging free with the caption, "No fouls here, just freedom." And then Sophie faced the cameras. Flashbulbs popped. "The truth?" she said. "We played under rules that let players target Caitlin. The league knew. The refs ignored it. We asked for protection. They gave us politics." Gasps filled the room. One reporter finally asked, "Are you saying the WNBA allowed those injuries?" Sophie's stare said it all before her words even landed.
In a little bit. I think we should stay physical, but I think that the rest kind of need to be more disciplined from the beginning of the game and be more consistent, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that answered your question, but there's a lot of thoughts surrounding our physicality, the refs, how the game should be called in the regular season versus playoffs.
Well, the thing is, I understand that physicality goes up in the playoffs. That happens in the NBA as well. But the WNBA regular season looks like prison. It looks like you guys are outside on the yard. And we kept hearing freedom of movement. We kept hearing we want a free-flowing game. Meanwhile, there's people getting beat to living hell, but you have other people like Asia Wilson who can shoot 17, 18, 19 free throws in a single game and more free.
Sophie Cunningham locked eyes with the camera, voice steady, words razor sharp. "I'm saying they looked away when it happened, and that's no different." The line detonated online within minutes. The WNBA's socials scrambled to bury it, but it was too late. The internet had already picked a side, and spoiler alert, it wasn't the league's. From there, the story came full circle. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull stood united at the LPGA event. Cameras zoomed in, fans chanting their names like an anthem. Sophie leaned toward Caitlin and whispered, "We're free now." Then Caitlin took her swing, smooth, fearless, perfect, and the crowd exploded. That wasn't just a golf shot. It was a message, a warning, a revolution in motion. The WNBA tried to silence them, but instead they sparked a movement. Now, golf celebrates them. Fans worship them.